Sixers fall, man. Sixers fall. Tough one to the Miami Heat. 101-96. The Sixers drop it to the short-handed, may I add, Miami Heat. No Jimmy Butler. No Tyler Hero. No Bam Adebayo. The Sixers fall in the last seconds. They make a comeback. They come all the way back, in fact. They come back from, 25 points, 23 points? They're right there. They have it in reach. And they can't finish the job, man. Terrible. Brutal loss at home. The Sixers dropped their second straight. They now fall to 15-14. Oh, man. We have a lot to discuss. This game was a doozy for me, but that last quarter, the Sixers come back, it's attainable. You literally, come up with a couple big threes. You come up with a big steal. And then what happens? The last play, what was that? What was that? And it's crazy because, I was sitting here and I wasn't really that excited, especially for this game. And, I knew going up against a shorthanded team that was, they had guys playing that you didn't really know, some of them, right? I knew they would be in this game against the Sixers because we tend to play down the competition. But, oh, my gosh, man. What was the last play? Please, somebody, I played it over in my mind 4 times. In fact, before that ball was inbounded, I was literally thinking to myself, we can't go to Joel here, right? We're coming off no timeouts. There's 6 seconds to go. Luckily, the Sixers have an amazing defensive possession. All they have to do is get one stop. They do. I think it was Vincent who stepped back court. No timeouts. Let it play. Tyrese Maxey was going off in this game. He was the hot hand. Danny Green made a couple big shots, right? Even if you wanted to give it to Seth Curry, let him go off the dribble, everybody in that stadium knew it was going to Joel Embiid. Everybody knew. And the question that I'm asking myself is why? That is not a high-quality shot for your center on the perimeter when you know the ball is going to him. Even Tobias Harris just came off a big shot. We're going to talk about Tobias as well. But it's come on, man. And we lose in front of our home crowd again. We lose, last game in front of our home crowd, we shock the world. We take down the Warriors. You stop Steph from the record. You put an absolute clamp on him. And then you come back with a stinker. You get blown out by Memphis on the road, and then you can't beat Miami without their top 3 scorers. Jimmy Butler's averaging 23 a game. Tyler Hero's averaging 20 a game. Bam Adebayo's averaging 19 a game. And you get cooked by Gabe Vincent? Do you know how I know who Gabe Vincent is, really? Do you know how I know who he is? Not because he's an NBA player. No, I know him from last time we played the Heat because he always cooks us. It's always some dude that you just don't know. And I'm not taking anything away from the kid. I've heard good things about him, good G League player, getting some time. But are you serious? He goes for his career high in 3-pointers at the start of the second half? 5. I don't think he hit his career high in points. I'm not sure, actually. He was very close. Finishes with 26 points. Gabe Vincent, 7 for 12 from behind the arc. Are you serious? You can't get anybody on this team to put a hand in the face of Gabe Vincent. Come on, man. You got to do better. What did the Miami Heat do in this game, for example? What did the Heat do in this game, for example? They put pressure on us. They made an adjustment early on. They switched to a zone defense. The Sixers looked flabbergasted. They couldn't beat it until Tyrese Maxey started to step up and hit a couple key shots. But come on, bro. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. How do we drop this game? What are we doing? And the fact that we came all the way back is special and all. But you know what? There's just no excuse to even be, that far down in this game. I forget what it got maxed to in this game. But, I was almost clocked out in the third quarter because I just couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it, man. I don't understand what we're doing here. It's getting very frustrating losing these games. I know it's regular season basketball. I know it's early on. I know this and that. I get it. But it's still frustrating losing these games, man, because, even though like the seeding, it'll play out how it needs to play out. Like I said, the Sixers are going to have a different team come February. But it's like, come on, bro. Like I wasn't even excited to watch this game. Tomorrow we're going up against the Nets, who are missing 8 players. Are we going to lose to them as well? Are we going to let them stay in the game? And I'm going to open up the phone line soon. By the way, welcome on in. I'm sorry, I just literally went off the top ranting. Welcome into an edition of Post Game Live. It's been a while since we did this. Let me know in the chat if you guys enjoy the mix. You know, it was a long day for me. I knew somehow, some way, with the way my day was going, that the Sixers were going to come down to the wire in this one. And of course they drop it, man. Of course they drop it. But anyway, we came in here with the post game. We're going to open up the phone lines as well, because I want to get some thoughts from the Sixers fan base. I feel like we really have a pulse of the fan base at times here on this chat and on this channel. So if you guys are in here, man, hit that like button if you're enjoying this. Subscribe. Give me some thoughts in the chat, and we're going to open up the phone lines in a few. But there's a couple other things I want to rant about, okay? Because Tobias Harris in this game, 24 points, 9 for 18 from the field, right? He gave you a little more than normal. He had a couple big shots down the stretch. I want to ask the chat something, because I've been sticking by Tobias, and I still believe, right? I still believe that Tobias is a good third option. That's what he's always been to me, and that's why I never really sink down to the overreaction where it's like, trade him tomorrow, because I want to see what is going to happen with another player that can score on this team. Will Tobias defer his role? And again, he had 24. He had a decent game tonight. But let me ask you, like, is it an efficient 24? Because even in the fourth quarter, before he hit that big three, I'm just watching possessions, right? I saw a missed layup. I saw a wide open missed shot from somewhere. It doesn't feel efficient. And it's frustrating. Like 18 shot attempts. That's how I feel. Like, I don't know. It's just something bothering me. And then I watched Tyrese Maxey go on a stretch late third quarter where he's going off. He has 27 points. By the way, played 42 minutes, 11 for 15 in this game for Tyrese Maxey. And he's just, I tweeted it out. You know, Tyrese Maxey has the ability to overtake a game. He has the ability to overtake a game. And that's the vibe I get from Tyrese. Like, he's just so quick, flashy, can do it. We should have just stayed with him. The last shot should have gone to Tyrese Maxey. He had a nice step back three early in this game. It was beautiful. Tyrese Maxey is, I'm really impressed with him. Now we get to Joel Embiid, who went 5 for 13 from the field, 1 for 5 from deep. I still don't know why the last shot attempt went to Joel Embiid. I know you didn't have any timeouts, but you got to give it to the hot hand, man. You got to give it to the hot hand. And Joel Embiid with 17 points in this one, 14 rebounds, 5 assists. He even turned his ankle at the end of the game, which was a scary sight. It almost feels like it's always something, you know? It almost feels that way. And, yeah, it was just tough, man. And Joel, once again, struggling. I felt like, especially with the zone defense, it was getting to him. And I don't know. I've been noticing how slow we are playing right now as well. And it's like, I'm tired of guys, even Joel down low sometimes, he gets the ball a little bit too high and he's holding on to it way too long. How come when we're swinging the ball around the perimeter, it feels like an age goes by? I don't get it, man. I don't understand. B-Ball Josh, member for 17 months. My man, thank you so much, bro. Big 17. What an embarrassing showing tonight. Shout out to you, bro. 17 months as a member. I appreciate that, my man. Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm tired of playing games like this and losing like this. I'm very, very tired of it, man. I don't understand how we can come out and beat the best teams in the league, and right now there's an outbreak going on. There's every team is getting hit by this now. By the way, if you didn't hear earlier, and another reason we lost this game was because the bench was once again so inconsistent and weak. George Niang out with, into health and safety protocols. He's probably going to miss 10 days. Furkan's out with a non-COVID illness. Couple more guys down. The Sixers were the first team to get hit with this outbreak, and now they're the first team with another case. It doesn't stop, and we can't beat this short-handed Miami team. We're 6-7 at home. It's not good, man. It's not a good look. And a lot of the games against these other bad teams have also been close. It's very frustrating to lose these games. And as much as a problem as I'm having with certain players on this team, I'm getting frustrated with Doc Rivers. Very, very frustrated. And again, I want to see how this roster shapes out and who we're able to bring in and how they mesh. But Doc, he just sleeps sometimes. He's literally falling asleep. And it's the same thing over and over again. And I just don't understand why we don't make any adjustments, man. I don't get it. I don't understand it. So, other than that, Thibault, right? Thibault had a great game last time. We were very excited about Matisse Thybulle. And then what happens? What happens? Well, Matisse Thybulle goes 0 for 5 in this game. 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. He's taking the shot attempts, really didn't have any impact. Had a couple nice defensive plays. And then what happens? Doc leaves him out there. By the way, we saw Isaiah Joe for 11 minutes. He was playing better than Matisse Thybulle tonight. Should have gotten way more run. But Matisse Thybulle, man, he just... It just was not good. He had a steal and 2 blocks, but Doc cannot keep him out on the floor if he's literally no offensive threat. And they go to a zone defense, and why are you keeping Matisse Thybulle out on the floor? I don't get it. I don't know, man. We got a couple donations. Seth Emrose, my guy, thank you so much, man. Says a lot on Glenn in my eyes and Embiid force 3 to end. I don't understand. I would love, we're about to open the phone lines because I just need to get some thoughts and reactions. You know, I wasn't really clocked into this game like that. But then especially when you play so bad in the first half, the pace is down, you can't hit shots, you can't stop a guy named Gabe Vincent. It's just frustrating, man. But that last play makes no sense. Even though you don't have time to draw one up, you got 2 guys with a hot hand, pretty much Tyrese Maxey and maybe even Danny Green, and you inbound it to Joel and you rush a shot. He pump faked, and who was it? Dwayne Dedman? Dwayne Dedman, a former Process Sixer, by the way. Bet you didn't even know that. Dwayne Dedman barely even bites for it, and we rush a 3. It's just a bad decision, man. Just a bad decision. Like, everybody knew it was going to him, and we still went there. And Doc was perfectly fine with that happening. Doc was perfectly fine with us going there. I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. Maxey or Green should have been the guys to get the ball. Seth with another donation says, also too many passed up open threes lost with the zone. Yeah, but that's the thing. When you get hit with a zone defense, that like we can't just rattle up. We can't just crawl into a ball and say we're done. We're swinging the ball so slow. We're not exploiting anything. If Tyrese Maxey didn't start to hit threes, what would have happened then? By the way, Seth Curry, I think, had 2 shot attempts in the first half. Do you understand what I'm saying about this allocation of offense? It's very frustrating to watch because people look at the numbers and it doesn't tell the full story sometimes. It doesn't tell the full story, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Call into the show, 215-798-7638. There's still stuff I want to go over, but I don't know, man. 32% from deep. Missed a couple key ones. Toby had a nice and one late, then misses a free throw. We had a couple open threes. By the way, PJ Tucker, I remember him hitting a couple big threes on us. There's no way you should lose this game. It's just inexcusable, man. It really is. It's very inexcusable. Very inexcusable. Give me some thoughts. Call into the show, 215-798-7638. Take a couple right now, and then we'll talk about some more things that I want to discuss. Let me see if I can pull something up as well. But yeah, what are you guys thinking, man? How do we drop that game? And we got one tomorrow against the Nets, who are missing 8 players. Does that game even get played, by the way? Does that game even get played, by the way? And if it does, then what happens? Do we lose to the Brooklyn Nets and they don't have 8 players in? Hold on, let me connect this real quick. Hold on, we'll get to the phone lines in 1 second. Give me some thoughts in the chat. Let me connect this thing real quick. I don't know why it's being weird. All right, here we go. We should be good. By the way, happy December 15th. I meant to make a video today. I will have one out maybe afternoon-wise tomorrow or in the evening. But today is December 15th when approximately 100 more players become available for trade. So happy December 15th. A trade cannot come soon enough. I'm telling you that. Let's go to the first caller. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's going on, RB? It's Legendary here.
What's up, bro?
Hey, nothing much, man. Hey, I'm going to hit you something right quick. So, the Sixers are what? 6th in the East right now with a 15-13 record.
Yeah.
You know, it's all right. We definitely could be better. But, really quick, we are 21st in the league for points per game. We're 30th in the league for rebounds per game and 24th in the league for assists per game. What does that tell you about the team? Like, what does that tell you? Like, really, we're not a good team. Statistically, we are not a good team, and it's showing in our record. And I think that Glenn needs to step up, and he needs to show this team how they should be playing personally. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. And, you know, that's a good point I was going to bring up, too, about rebounding. How come it feels like every, you know, good teams, I would say, do the little things, right? How come we don't even run for rebounds? How come we don't even run for rebounds? Like, I don't – and you know, there was one play late in the game where – we could have had the rebound. I think it was a tie game. Seth Curry misses the tip, and the Miami hits a 3. Like, come on, man. Good teams don't do that.
Yeah, right. And we have big men as well. As we have Embiid and we have Drummond. And it's not like we're not playing all small guards out there at the same time. Like, we definitely have big people out there to get the board. There's just no aggressiveness in the paint. There's zero aggressiveness whatsoever when it comes to rebounding.
So what do you think we need then? What's the what in your eyes? What can fix this team right now?
Doc has to switch up the game plan. They have to start. They have to fix something. They need to put somebody in the paint that can stop. That just can stop or can at least get the rebound. Like, I know Joel is still a little iffy on his knee, and I understand his pain. I understand like what he's been going through. But still, you're still the center of our team. You need you to get the board. Like, you can't just be 7 foot and not get the damn board, Joel.
Yeah, do you think Joel's hurt?
Mentally or physically?
Physically.
Probably. He probably still has a little bit of soreness going on, but I don't think it's bothering him as much. I think it's still the mental aspect of, oh my, if I go up with this ball, will I come down on my knee wrong and completely ruin my knee? Or he probably has so many things going through his head, even with the situation with Ben, even not knowing if he goes out, if this team will go flourish like it is right now.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's frustrating, and like you said, you know, we're just not a good team right now. And I hope we can make something happen soon, man, because it's getting frustrating even watching regular season at this point.
Yeah, it really is. It's just sad seeing how the progression of this team is just on a downslope out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But yeah, hopefully we can improve, man. Hopefully we can get better sooner rather than later.
Definitely.
Appreciate you calling in, bro.
Yeah, thanks, RB.
Thank you, man. Hold up, guys. Give me 1 second. Let's get some more callers. Call into the show, 215-798-7638. Then I'm going to look at the chat. Hold up. Just want to pull something up here. Points. All right, there we go. Yeah, man. Let's go back to the phone lines. He brought up a really good point, though, about rebounding. Like, I'm just tired of, like, so many of the little things that we used to do. And I'll be honest, like, 2-5, he helped us in those areas in terms of, like, just the grit and athleticism part, you know, in terms of getting down the floor quick and swinging it fast. But I just don't get, like, why we're not utilizing our advantages on this team. It's a common theme, and I don't understand why. Yo, what's going on here on the show?
Hey, what's going on, RB? What's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
tough, yeah, tough loss tonight. It was like two games. The first half was just brutal, and the second half, once Tyrese got going, it got a lot more exciting. And
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm starting to wonder, like, should we be running more stuff for Tyrese instead of Tyrese running stuff for Joel? I don't know. It's weird. I saw like two different teams out there tonight.
Yeah, I don't get why we can't run both. You know what I mean? Why can't they coexist? I don't understand. And I have a good idea as to why, but I would love to hear your thoughts on it.
I think Joel's a little out of shape, man, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, the injuries or what, he's moving so slow out there, right? I mean, like, if you look at his stats compared to Dwayne Dedmon's, they're pretty comparable. Like, he had 17 and 14. Dwayne had 10 and 14. So, I mean, it's like, shouldn't he be dominating a guy like Dwayne Dedmon? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, he should.
Shouldn't that be like easy, like 30 and 15 and Dwayne Dedmon getting like 6 and 5? I don't know, man. And it's just,
Let me ask you something. Do you know who the hell Dwayne Dedmon is?
Yeah.
Because all I remember him from was like a year with the Sixers in the process. Like, I didn't even know this guy was still in the league. And he's out here grabbing boards, being gritty down low. I don't understand it. How do we get toughed up like that? That's not good.
Joel, I think Joel's trying to do way too much, man. This guy's trying to be like all over the court, wants to be point center, wants to mid-range be Kevin Durant, wants to be down low, wants to be Shaq. I just think he needs to pick one lane and stay in it. Like, it's just because physically, I don't think he's capable of doing everything that he wants to do on the court. You could tell it's just like he's moving too slow out there, for me. And it's very frustrating. You could tell, like, even like in fast breaks, like everyone's, hauling ass up the court and he's just, sauntering up. And it's I know. And also, I mean, Daryl Morey, man, I'm honestly worried that Daryl Morey's like stubbornness not to trade Ben, like this roster that we see now is this exact same roster we're going to see at the end of the year. And that's pretty depressing because
if that happens, then we're conceding the season. And that just doesn't make sense in my eyes because we still have a chance anytime you have Joel Embiid. But I hope that I don't think that's going to happen. If it does, though, we will have to have a serious conversation about that.
Oh man, there's so many trades out there that could be made, that could be, but in my opinion, I think he's obsessed with Harden. I think he really wants Harden. Like he's like from since last year and now even this year, like, the rumblings and stuff like that. I remember when he left Houston, he took out like a full page ad telling Harden how much he loved him because like he changed his life and stuff like that. So, I mean,
well, at least it's December 15th. At least it's the 15th, man. Today starts a good trend. You know what I mean? So
That's true. That's true, man. That's true. Hopefully this trade gets done sooner rather than later because, this roster, I just think it's just too slow, too unathletic. And honestly, I mean, I don't want to see guys take rest games anymore. I think basketball is a game that, like, once you get into a rhythm, you got to stay in that rhythm. You got to, keep going, like, every day and stuff like that. These rest games, I think, are hurting us more than helping us because, especially with Joel, like, he rests one game and then you could tell, like, he's sort of out of shape a little bit and then it takes him a little while to get into the game. And it's just, by the time he gets into the game, we're down 20 points.
Hey,
so
we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully we get completely healthy. But, appreciate you calling in, my guy.
All right, thanks, RB. Appreciate that.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know, man. We're struggling right now. We're struggling, man. Let's go to one more before we got some more things to say about this team. Shout out to my guy Romp in the chat. What's up, Romp? See you in there. Shout out to all the members as well. What's going on, Fire? Take members. Drop some emojis in the chat. Let's go to one more caller. Yo, what's going on?
Just tweaking here, man. Just watched this game.
All right, give me some thoughts, man. You sound very frustrated. So I'm gonna let you take.
I am. So
bro.
look. All right, here we go. I'm gonna name a couple people that gotta go.
Hello?
Drummond has to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it for right now.
I'm
watching this.
Wait, did you
I
only say
said
Andre
Drummond.
Who else?
I said Drummond, Tobias, and Shake.
Mm.
Only Shake because either Maxey got to go to the bench and we need a point guard, or we need to get another point guard. So there's no room for Shake. But Shake's okay. But I'm watching this Dallas Mavericks Lakers game, and I feel like we need more athleticism. So if we could, I see the Mavericks are struggling. If we could like trade Tobias for like somebody like Dorian Finney-Smith to play power forward, he shoots a three, he plays defense, he's tough, something like that. Like Tobias is not a tough rebounder. Like he's not a good rebounder, and like I'm watching him in the starting lineup, and he's not aggressive. He didn't even know how to attack the zone. If the Heat didn't zone us, we probably could have won that game. Yeah. But it's just that nobody really knew how to attack the zone except Maxey. Like nobody was aggressive attacking the zone. Embiid does not know how to play basketball. He's just a big guy with skills, but he doesn't know how to whip passes to make out the zone, when to pass. Like he's just not like when they zone him, when we throw it to him on the wing, he's never on the block. He's always damn near the 3-point line. He doesn't draw the defense.
I can't really say Embiid doesn't know how to play ball. I just think, last year he did a very efficient job, passing out of doubles, things of that nature. I just think we got to get back to what works, and I also put that on Doc Rivers. Like, but you're right about the talent perspective. Like, we just really need another ball handler in here. We need it bad.
Look, this what it is too. Is our team is built like Ben Simmons is still there. It's built with a bunch of shooters. So we have to change. Since he's not there now, we have to change our personnel. We have a team that's built for him and Embiid to pass them the ball and then to take shots. But now he's not there. They got to create their own shots. They're not built like that. So we have to do a whole 180 and like just revamp the team because it's still built like last year's team, but our star player is not there. So
yeah, I mean, we're
missing
$30 million, man. So I think we just need to get a player. I think we need to get it done sooner rather than later. See how it meshes, and go from there.
Which player?
I don't know. We'll have to see who's available, man. I've been throwing these names out here recently, but it's like I don't know.
I feel like
man.
the best we could get now is De'Aaron Fox. That's the best we could get. CJ is hurt. Jaylen Brown is hurt. Well, Jaylen Brown's getting back.
I'll take Jaylen Brown. I'll take
but
Bradley Beal.
Not,
we need a dog, man. We need a dog.
But we're not getting Jaylen Brown. They're not trading him.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
And CJ's a good pick, though, if we could get him. But, he just went down. So, we need something instant.
Yeah, we got to get something done, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what Daryl does. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you, man. Jimmy Productions with the $5 donation. Thank you, sir. Says, do you like football? I love football. I love the NFL. Yes, Jimmy. I sure do. I sure do. NFL also getting hit by COVID and all that. Tough right now, but we'll see what happens. Thank you for the donation. We got almost 200 people in here. Let's get this to 100 likes, man. Hit the like button, subscribe. Give me some thoughts on Tobias Joel. What do you guys think? Because, there's still people that come in here and defend Elton Brand for some reason. That's another contract that's killing us, man. It's hard to be flexible with that Tobias Harris contract. And you got one $30 million contract not even playing. You got another $30 million contract. That should probably be like a $20 million contract. And it's tough, man. And people, I know people are going to go off the rails, especially after this last week, and they're going to say, trade Tobias, this and that. I get it. My stance has been to see who we go out and get first, because I don't see the Sixers trading Tobias or getting rid of him until they sort out what's going to happen with 2-5. And that's just how I feel about that. But, people keep talking about this, like, this identity. I think that's what it comes back to. Like, we just have to learn how to play within our system. Joel's got to get back to doing what he did last year consistently. And even if the defense gives us different looks, Joel's got to trust his guys. He's got to really trust Tyrese Maxey because Maxey can ball, man. He really can. I know my man said we had a lot of shooters. We shot 32% from 3 tonight. That's not good enough. And we were missing a couple shooters. I get it. But even the guys we have in this lineup, man, they're just not getting it done. They're not getting it done. It's frustrating, man. 2 for 5 for Maxey. 3 for 7 for Tobias. Joel, 1 for 5. Curry, 1 for 4. Like I said, Curry didn't even get a lot of shot attempts, in the first half. I don't get it, man. I don't understand. It's very frustrating. It is. Danny Green, 3 for 8 off the bench. I mean, it's okay off the bench, but, we're paying you $10 million, Danny, to be the guy, and now you're on the bench. It's frustrating, man. Andre Drummond, 11 minutes, no shot attempts, nothing. What have I been saying the last couple games? Let Drummond, kind of make his presence felt. He didn't do that at all tonight. It's very frustrating, man. Jimmy with the $2 donation. Thank you, man. I'm a Cowboys fan. Cowboys are awesome. Well, shout out to you, man, but nah, they stink. They stink. Let's see what the chat's saying. Mark says, disappointing night. At least your show is good. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mark. Are you guys enjoying this post-game stream? Let me know. Because I've been thinking about mixing it up a little bit here and there. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this. We'll get back to the lines in a couple minutes. Let's read some comments, man. They should have never traded for Harris. He wasn't needed. Can't believe the owner signed off on that. I can't believe they re-signed him to that much. And that was on behalf of Elton Brand. Seth with the $2 donation says, fill that 2-5 hole and we're good. Need chemistry back. I agree. We need our guys to get healthy. Now Niang is going to miss 10 days probably. Korkmaz, who knows how long he's going to be out. Embiid, it seems like he's dealing with something every game. Curry's coming off shoulder soreness. It doesn't stop, man. It doesn't stop. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Very frustrating. But we see that this team needs something, man, because we can't come out and beat good teams and just stink it up like this. It's frustrating. I think 2-5 still is taking the toll on the mentality of the team. How do you think they feel? Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. Vaughn, what's up? Why is nobody talking about Embiid selling a 3? We talked about, that was the first thing we actually talked about. I would love to hear somebody's thoughts on that, man. Why, again, we can revisit that. Like, why did the ball not stay in the hands of Tyrese Maxey or go to a guy like Danny Green who was hitting shots? It doesn't make sense. And I feel like everybody's calling in, talking about players. I get it. We're frustrated with guys. Why is nobody talking about Doc Rivers? I don't get it. We watch the same thing night in, night out. Why didn't we replicate what we did against the Warriors? Why? Even though Gabe Vincent is a guy that you don't expect to put up 20 a game on you, if a guy is cooking you, you got to make adjustments, man. We're lollygagging around the court. Dudes are wide open. Wide open. I don't understand it. We shouldn't be competing like this with teams that are banged up. Isaiah Joe, 11 minutes in this game, 6 points. Shake Milton, 22 minutes, 6 points. Isaiah Joe came in for a couple runs, and what I noticed about Isaiah Joe right off the bat, he wanted the shot. He took a couple nice shots. Can't get in a rhythm, though. Can't get in a rhythm. Until Sunday, what's up, man? Shout out to you. Toby looks like half the shots if Toby took like half the shots he does, he would be a decent player. We all know Elton Brand dropped the ball with the Toby contract, could haunt us for years. Yeah, and I really want to see what happens with this other contract first, because you can't have uncertainty with both of them, It's just frustrating, man. Like, these games I don't even get excited about. I'm ready for the trade deadline. And to the one point that the caller made earlier, if we don't do anything about this contract, and this stays the team, like I just don't see a physical way that this does stay the final version of this team. But if it does, man, like that would be an all-time failure. An all-time failure. All-time failure. But yeah, man, offense goes through the game. It's the same thing, man. Same rotations, same scheme. Even if we get in a tough bout, we don't draw anything up to kind of get out of it. No, we just run through the same thing, man. And it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. I should not be worried about tomorrow in terms of losing to a team that literally is down 8 players. Like, I shouldn't be worried about that. But for some reason, I am. For some old reason, I am. I wonder why. Wonder why. But yeah, man, call back into the show, 215-798-7638. Let's go back to some callers. Give me some thoughts, man. How do we feel about the team? It is December 15th. Surprised nobody's talked about that. Like I said, I'll probably be making a video on it tomorrow. But yeah, man, we got to figure something out, and we got to do it quick. We got to do it quick. Let's go to the phone lines. Yo, what's going on? You're on the show.
So what's up, RB?
What's up, bro? Who do we have?
Ferdinand. Huh?
I said, who do we have on the line?
Oh, you got Roman on the line right now.
What's up, Roman?
I mean, honestly, tonight I can't even really be mad at the loss because we showed like zero heart, zero effort for the first like 3 quarters of the game. So, I mean, it wasn't surprising. Even if we came back, it wasn't surprising to see we lost.
You're not frustrated with that at all, or?
I mean, I'm frustrated, but I mean, like, how do you expect to win the game when your players aren't trying to play for 3 quarters?
I agree, and that's what I'm frustrated with. Like, come on, man, we should not be losing, especially at home, man. Especially at home.
Yeah, it's just a shame, man. It's just a shame. Like, I don't know. We like last year and the year before, we were a crazy good home team, and now this year we're just getting run over by a 7-man squad.
We're getting run over by Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent. Do you know who Gabe Vincent is?
Never heard of him, except for last year when he torched us.
Yeah.
I remember that game, But, I mean, honestly, I think Doc needs to sit down, go to practice, and teach his squad how to play against his own defense because I think the last 5 games, every team has played his zone, and every time they switch to it, we can't do a thing.
Yep.
We're flustered for like the first 15 minutes of his zone defense when it shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
Just driving kick, like, that's elementary.
Yeah. It's frustrating, man. And we move the ball like snails sometimes.
Exactly. I mean, like, it's not that hard. And like, the more I watch this team, I'm like, I don't know, like, Doc Rivers, I don't know if it's us not executing or if it's Doc Rivers, but like, the more I watch, I'm like, yeah, it's a big combination of both. But Doc is, the Warriors game, he did a good job of adjusting, but like, that's the only game I can recall out of his whole tenure with the Sixers.
But that's my thing. Like, it's hard for me to comprehend, right? Like, he puts pressure up top, at the key against Steph Curry, who's one of maybe the greatest shooter ever, right? Like, he does the right things against Steph Curry. Like, Curry was uncomfortable all night. Now, granted, Thibault had a really good night as well, but we were double teaming, we were trapping. Why do we have lapses against teams like this? And why is it even close? Like you said, why are we down 15 in the first quarter? I don't understand. Come on, man. Like, Doc, you know what? You go ahead and talk about it because I'm just frustrated about it.
We just play down to our competitor, and honestly, we play worse than our competitor when they have a bunch of bench players playing. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, man.
I mean, I think Joel is really mentally checked out, and almost the whole team with this 2-5 situation. I think everyone's waiting for it to get over because, I mean, You can tell he's frustrated out there. He has no go-to guy. I mean, Maxey can be that guy, but I don't think Doc, Toby, or Joel trust him enough.
Yeah, yep, I agree. It's a tough situation.
It's a shame, man. This team has been honestly tough to watch. I mean,
yeah, it's weird, man. It's like back and forth, game by game. One night we're like, yeah, this team is turning the corner. Then the next night, it's like, what are we at, square one? Crazy.
Yeah, I think we're the most inconsistent team in the league by far.
Yeah.
By far. Man. Go from the number one offense to this.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But yo, thank you for the call, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on, man.
Yep. Most inconsistent in the league. Some nights is so brutal, man. So brutal some nights. And, we also have to worry about Joel taxing himself too much during this early part of the season as he awaits. But I'm going to talk about this more probably in the next couple days. But back to Tobias Harris, right? Again, he had 24. He played a good game. In terms of the efficiency, I still believe the problem is that Tobias feels like he has to step up to another level. He feels like he needs to be more than he is because we are missing a $30 million player on the team and because there's no clear-cut number two, or at least none that has really survived in the offense for more than a week. So I really feel like besides Joel Embiid, Tobias is trying to do a lot, and meanwhile, we're not using our backcourt effectively. Again, Seth Curry, one game goes for 6 threes, and the next game he gets no touches until the third quarter. It's frustrating. And I understand, people are going to say oh, this team misses 2-5, this and that. What we miss is another player. Doesn't matter who it is. We're missing a player on the team or a player that we can get. That's what we're missing. And that's what Daryl Morey needs to hit on. So it's frustrating, man. It is. It is. I'm not saying to fire Doc Rivers yet. I never said that once. What I'm saying is that I don't understand how the lack of adjusting hasn't hit you home yet, especially after last year in the playoffs. I get it, regular season, it's a long season, this and that. But at some point, you got to sit down and really realize, to me, I think the identity of your team is made in the regular season. That's where you mesh together. And yeah, we have a lot of the same guys, but we're also missing a guy who has been, had a primary role on our team. So with that, we have to learn how to change and adapt. And again, we're not a finished product, but the way that you play early in the season, the habits that you get into, those translate. So we got to keep working on it, man. But call into the show, man. 215-798-7638. Anybody, feel free to call in. Give some thoughts, man. Give some thoughts, even if you don't agree with me. Again, I don't care if you agree with me or not. Just let's have a conversation, man. That's what we're here to do. Post-game live. I'm trying to get a pulse of the fan base right now. Let's see if we can get some fire reactions going. Yo, what's going on? You're on the show.
RB, what up, man? Shut them roads, bro.
Oh, yeah. The perfect guy called at the right time. The perfect guy.
Man, I hope you got my number saved in there because you're going to be hearing a lot of this for the next couple of weeks, bro.
I love it, man. Give us the truth, bro. Enlighten us. Enlighten the chat, man. Let's go.
Come on, man. You know we already think alike. But listen, I'm going to give a couple things I haven't heard nobody say yet. And I think all the callers have had part of their gripe successful. I agree with part of what everybody was saying.
We got a pulse of the fan base here on the channel, man. That's what we do here.
We already know, bro. You already know. So the only thing I got to disagree with is I can't really blame the players on this one, man, because I feel like when we needed a guy to step up into the spot and make a shot for us, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, when we needed a guy to step into a position to bring us back in the game, which we shouldn't have been down in the first place, or keep us in the game late in the fourth quarter, they did it. I just feel like it was more of the game plan, the execution by Doc, and the rotations at the end. I mean, I can't remember his name, dude, and I'm going to kick myself in the head for not remembering because he killed us tonight.
Gabe
But
Vincent.
that guy that was hitting the threes, why do you not put Thibault on him, RB? Why do you not make that adjustment in the first quarter?
Yeah, it makes no sense. The guy had his career high, right when you started the second half. A career high. He cooked us last year. Come on, man.
It goes right back to what I always talk about. Doc Rivers. What is he doing with this team? And I mean, I hated Brett Brown, dude. I think Doc Rivers is definitely a step up from Brett Brown, but not a big step, dude. Not a big step.
26 points for Gabe Vincent. 7 for 12 from deep. 7 for 12. Gabe Vincent. Come on, man. This guy's a G League player. And yet this is following up your last home performance where, again, you literally clamped Steph Curry. Come on, man.
I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it.
Dude,
and another thing that I wanted to pull.
Did we get lazy? Did we just zone out? I don't understand.
Well, I know Doc does. I don't know about the players, though. I know Doc does. But one more thing I want to run by you before we get off. And I'm going to let other people in.
Let's hear it.
Do you think that Embiid is still nursing something, bro? He's just not going as physical to the hole as I've seen him even in the last couple games, bro.
Yeah, he's hurting.
I don't know what's going on with him.
He's hurting, and I think he's, again, trying to do way too much. He's not trusting other guys a lot. And whatever it is, I feel like it's a little bit of everything with his body, honestly. But, it's just how it is with Joel Embiid, and it sucks. And I feel like especially now, without another guy on the squad, like, you're overtaxing Joel Embiid. And that's not a good sign early in the season.
That could have some serious implications for us come playoff time. If he's all run down like last year, torn meniscus, torn this, torn that, and no one else is stepping up, it's hard. It's going to be hard, RB. We need that star, dude. I'm going to keep saying it so people start listening to us. Exactly. We need a star.
Dude, if you look at this team and you think we're going to add another like 17-point a game role player, no, that's not going to work. It's time for Joel to get what he deserves, man. We've been waiting like how many years since he was drafted? We tried number 1 overall, number 3. Like, we tried to get the guy. It's time to bring a guy in like that.
And this is what gets me mad when people say we ran 2-5 out of here and we hate our players and we don't show up support our players. We thought Ben was that guy and supported him for 5 years to wait for him to be that guy.
We want him. We still want him to be that guy, and it's terrible, man. If you're defending it at this point, like, look at what our team is going through right now. Look at what our team's going through, man. And where is he?
All because of that man.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Seth.
All right, man. Thanks for having me on the show,
always, bro. Shout out to you, man.
All right, man.
Appreciate it. Shout out to Seth M. Rose. Once again, bringing the fire, as he always does. Yeah, man, we'll probably take one more. Get some thoughts up in here. Read the chat. Let's see. Julian says, if this drags out to the deadline, even if they make a BS trade, the season will almost be over. There won't be enough time to mesh. That's why Morey should have done it this off season. It's a good point. I really think things are going to heat up in the next month. If this does go down, let me tell you something. If this were to go down to the wire, I will be. First off, I might have a panic attack. If this goes down like it did last year to the wire, I'm going to be so enraged. But let me tell you something, okay? Because I've been on the Morey train. He's been hand-tied. Give him a chance. If he doesn't make this happen, let's just say hypothetically, because I do believe he will. But if I'm saying by the trade deadline, if something was not to happen and he was really going to keep this on the rest of the year, man. Because, again, we have talent on this squad. We have talent on this team. We need another guy to help take the burden off. We need another guy to take the burden off, man. Rich says we need dogs that want to rebound. How about PJ Tucker, right? A guy, and I said this before the season, we need a dog on the bench. Now, Niang is sort of that. But we also need a dog that can score. We need a lethal scorer on the bench. All the Furkan supporters that used to get on me, man. I was giving Furkan a ton of credit, and then he just faded. He faded for 15 games. Like, it's frustrating, man. Furkan, I mean, Shake, man. Shake tonight, 6 points. What do you have, 14 a couple games ago? Like, too inconsistent. We need a dog on that bench who's going to come in every night and give us 15. For example, you know how the Knicks have a guy like Derrick Rose. I'm not saying we need a guy as good because D Rose is still good. We need a guard off the bench that is going to be electric. I hate when the bench comes in and it's so stale. It's so stale, and it's like, where is that guy? We need one. Man. Calling to the show, man. We'll take maybe one or two more. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this format of post-game. Hoping to get, like, you know, if I do these again, get some guests on and, you know, some other hosts and stuff. Give me some thoughts. What are you guys thinking? You enjoy this? Do you like the play-by-play? What do you like? But yeah, call into the show, 215-798-7638. Give me some thoughts, man. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? I want to hear from the Sixers fan base after this game. Brutal loss, 101-96. Ah, man. It's tough. It really is tough, man. Give me some thoughts, man. I know we got one more fire caller in the chat waiting to just explode. I know they're waiting. I know they're waiting. I know they're here.
Let's go.
We got a caller on the line. All right, we got one. Now, before we go to that caller, let's read this donation. It's your boy with the $5 donation. Thank you, my guy. It says Sixers need some replacements for the bench. In my opinion, someone like Patty Mills from the Nets, Cameron Payne, Pat Bev, etc. They need that reliable bench guy. Exactly. A dog who can come in and score the basketball. It is needed. It is much needed. And while the highlight is on you know who, we better be looking at some bench help. So I agree 100%. Great take. Thank you for the donation. Let's go to the caller. Yo, what's going on? You're on the show.
Yo, what's good?
What's up, bro?
I think the team is fine.
All right.
I feel like just Joel needs to sit out a couple games. I think he's still like recovering from that COVID and that rib injury.
Yeah.
And like they keep running the ball through him. They need to run the ball through Maxey or Seth or someone else, because you can't just keep relying on him night on night. He's not gonna, perform like that every day.
Right. So when you say fine, like, what do you mean in totality?
I'm not gonna say they're gonna be like a top seed like last season. I'm saying like they might get back to like a little rhythm, but like they're not gonna be like last season.
What you're saying is the guys on this team can compete, and you think we're mostly good outside of maybe a trade or two.
Yeah, just like maybe like get a couple pieces and we'll be fine. Like maybe they should trade Ben for like maybe De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield. I think that's not a bad trade.
It's fair. I mean, I think we have talent on this squad too, and I do think we're fine, but I think that we're not using the talent to the best of its ability at times.
Yeah, it's so inconsistent.
Right. Exactly. And when this is where we're supposed to get our identity going, like especially with a new look.
This is the time.
But
like they were 8-2, they were doing good. Like I don't know what happened to Drummond. He used to get like 10, 15 rebounds every game. Now he's getting like 5.
Yeah. What do you think about the bench?
It was lacking tonight. It wasn't that good.
What about
21
overall,
points
though?
isn't good enough.
Do you think the bench is fine, or do you think we need additions there?
Like maybe a piece, like one piece. Like Furkan hasn't been playing that good at all.
No. No.
After that like wrist injury or whatever, he's missed like so many shots. It's not good.
Yeah. He's been bad, really bad. But yeah, again, inconsistency. We need guys that are going to show up.
And I don't know about Matisse Thybulle and Danny Green. Like they're both like
liabilities.
Yeah, Danny's
Like
been
Danny
killing
Green,
us, man.
like he's like inconsistent, but like Matisse Thybulle can barely shoot. He's just all defense.
Yeah, exactly. We need a scorer, man. We need lethal scorers. So
And like they don't trust Tyrese Maxey enough yet.
no, they
I feel
don't.
like just like give him the ball and let him see what he can do.
Yeah, we see what he can do. 27 points tonight. 27, man, and that's on 15
He
shot
put the
attempts.
team on his back.
15 shot attempts. He literally went on a stretch in the third quarter where he was just going off. We need to trust him more. I agree. I don't care how young he is.
Yeah.
But we'll see, man.
What else?
We'll
And
see
the
what-
defense hasn't been as good as it's been beforehand.
Yeah, defense is lacking. Defense.
I don't
is
know.
lacking.
They just like leave people open.
Yeah. We get into these lapses where we don't hustle, man. It's frustrating, but
Like off the pick and roll, they just don't know how to guard off of that.
yeah, pick and roll defense has been bad for years, but we got a lot to work on, man. And I hope we realize the talent on this squad, and I hope we also get back into a rhythm.
I feel like if Ben goes, I think a lot of things improve. I feel Ben's like a giant distraction right now.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
been like the whole season's been like that.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's really tough, but we got to make something happen. Got to make something
We
happen.
miss him and we don't miss him. He's good at defense, but he's a liability on offense.
Yeah, we need to get the distraction away. I agree with you on that. So who knows, man? Hopefully we get it done.
And I hope they just start picking up the pace.
Yeah, we have to. We have to. Time's running. Time is running. But yeah, man. Shout out
Yeah,
to
because
you.
like after, yeah, you have a good night.
You too, bro. Thank you. Seth with the donation says, "All right, bed for work, bro. Hashtag star for 25 movement. Love it, man. Shout out to everybody that called in. Appreciate all the love in the chat, man. If you guys haven't yet, we're almost at 100 likes. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this kind of stream. Hit that subscribe if you are new, man. We do this content every day. Probably have a video tomorrow, maybe a play-by-play. But again, I don't know. Like, again, we're playing the Nets tomorrow, who are down 8 players. I think they have 7 or 8 on the active roster. And for some reason, I'm worried about that game. I am. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully the Sixers can bounce back. Are we home or on the road tomorrow? Are we home or on the road? Let's see. I don't even know. I know we play Sunday against New Orleans. We're on the road tomorrow in Brooklyn. 7 players. I think it's 8 players. And Kevin Durant is playing. I'm pretty sure. So we will see, man. KD's going to explode on us. Well, with the way we're playing right now in terms of defense, yeah, I mean, they're probably going to stick 5 on them. We'll see what happens. But, I mean, we should beat that team. We should. But, again, is everybody going to play? Are they going to be healthy? Who knows, man? And that's why I don't think we should have sat these guys on Monday against the Grizzlies. And we got blown away. Rich, thanks for calling in, man. Foss's hashtag 25 must go. Well, again, guys, happy December 15th. If there's one thing we can take away from today, it is the fact that this is the start of the movement, man. We're approaching the deadline. We're approaching, man. So we'll see what happens, man. Shout out to all the callers. Sixers fall 101-96 to the Heat. Tough loss, but we got to bounce back. Short-term memory. Game tomorrow. Don't want to go back to 500. That is a fact. Hopefully we get better. And, yeah, man, we need a win tomorrow. We can't lose that game tomorrow. See how it goes, man. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Sixers post-game live. You guys have a great night. Get some good sleep, man. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.